Football's become so big, they've made games that are kind of like it, but aren't like it at all. And some of them are better than the real thing. And look, I know that sounds cooked, but let me explain. Futsal, aka football de salon, aka indoor football, started in 1930 where a Uruguayan teacher wanted to make a version of football that could be played on basketball courts. It's 5v5, the games are much shorter, the goals are smaller, there's unlimited subs, the ball's heavier and it's got less bounce, kick-ins are instead of throw-ins, and if your team makes more than 5,000 1/2, you get a direct free kick without a wall. And because it's such a smaller and faster paced game, you've got about 3 milliseconds to think when you've got the ball or you're totally fucked. You gotta think quick and you need a good first touch because the ball's got the bouncing quality of a rock on a beach. The best players in the world all learn their craft by playing futsal. Your Dinos, your Neymars, Messis, etc. This is where they get their chops from. You need to constantly think 3 moves ahead. You've got to be quick, creative, and it really helps if you're small. So short kings, this is for you. A low center of gravity, closer ball control, shit like that. You might not be able to pull women, but you know, I mean, you can pull a rainbow flick into a Rabona from 20 yards in the top bins, and let's be honest, which is more impressive? Now imagine playing football, but on a beach. That's beach soccer, how original. It's played on sand, hey, what a shock. It's 5v5 with 3 12-minute halves, or thirds, I think it's called if there's 3. Beach soccer hates draws, and if it's level after regular time, it goes straight to pens. You've got unlimited subs, and it's a nightmare if you either have pale skin, you are not Brazilian, or you hate sand. It's coarse, it's warm, and it gets everywhere. The sheer nature of the game is counterintuitive to its grass and court counterparts. While it's advantageous, it's a big word, to play the ball on the ground in futsal and outdoor football, depending on the pitch, of course. For beach soccer, it's the opposite. Most of the time, the ball's spent in the air, so juggling, volleys, bicycle kicks, basically anything your under 14 coach would have a stroke if he saw you doing is encouraged here. Beach soccer is every Brazilian's wet dream, man. I mean, you need more raw footballing ability. It's always fun to watch. Goalkeepers score quite regularly and they're always bangers. Since 2005, they've had the Beach Soccer World Cups almost every year since, and surprise, surprise, Brazil have won the most World Cups. They got 7 of those. So if you love football, but really hate grass and wearing boots, beach soccer is perfect for you. Now, have you ever seen Shaolin soccer? Yeah. Not to be racist or anything, but this is the real life version. I'm not making an Asian comparison. I'm making a wow, this is similar and equally as fun to watch in comparison. All right, don't at me with that. Think of volleyball, except you can use everything but your hands. It's played mostly by Southeast Asian countries. It's played with a rattan ball, whatever that is. You've got 3 players on each team. You've got the Tekong, that's the server. You've got the feeder, and you've got the killer, aka the striker, aka the old flippy boy. Each side gets a max of 3 touches. First to 21 points out of 3 sets wins. Remember Ronaldo's Puskas-worthy bicycle against Juve that one time in 2018? That's a normal shot here. That's sepak takraw. Also, quick side note for the 2018 Puskas Award. You had the Ronaldo bike, you had the McGree Scorpion, and Bale's Insanity in the UCL final, and we had the most regular fucking ass goal as the winner. And I'm still mad that McGree didn't win. I mean, he's a Gawler boy, which is an hour from my house, and I'm very biased towards him. I'm so salty that it didn't win that.
Well, the boy from oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Back to sepak takraw. You need Tate McRae levels of flexibility, and you got to do backflips just to block another backflip shot from getting on your side. You need the timing of an elite volleyball player, and you need the ball control of an elite footballer. This sport makes regular football look like a cakewalk, and I also kind of understand why your Thailands, your Singapores, your Malaysias, your Myanmars are no good at regular football, because at this point it's an upgrade. I'm putting foot volley here in the same kind of category, and the only difference is foot volley is just beach volleyball except football. Sepak players literally play on indoor courts with no give, and they're doing all this flippy shit. It's genuinely fucked how insane it is. If football raw dog table tennis, this is it. Teqball is played on a curved table in either 1v1 or 2v2 games, and it's table tennis rules, except you can use 3 touches before hitting it to the other side. But you can't touch the table, and the first player or players to reach 20 points wins. Because the table is curved, the ball bounces pretty unpredictably, and because you're only allowed 3 touches, every touch counts. It's such a hard game to master. I mean, even pro ballers struggle with it, because you got to have good reflexes and you got to be precise. You need to be both reactive and calculated, and you also need like a battering ram for a head. Have you ever seen this? It came up on my reels last week, and I don't know whether to love how fun it looks or hate the fact that Yanks will just invent a sport to try and be good at football. But to be honest, it actually looks like a lot of fun. So we got 3 teams of 5 players, and there's every team for themselves on a circular pitch with 3 goals. Each team defends 1 goal, but you can score any other 2. The winner is whoever scores the most goals. There are no offsides. Games of 3 30-minute thirds, or whatever fucking unit of measurement they got there, inches, whatever the fuck, who knows. Now this is proper impressive, man. Blind football is exactly what it sounds like. It's 5v5, players are blindfolded except for the keepers. We got 2 20-minute halves. It's played on a pitch with barriers so the ball always stays in play, but crucially, the ball has bells inside of it. So you literally have to hear the ball to play, and if you ask Olivia, that's my wife, I would be fucking shit at this. I can't hear, I don't listen. Teams have a caller behind goals to help direct players, and you have to be silent if you're in the crowd to help the players obviously play the game. I think, imagine if they brought a vuvuzela into a blind football game, it would be fucking anarchy, dude. Players navigate a pitch, track a ball, beat defenders, and score goals, all while completely blind. And this morning I couldn't even get all the juice to go in my fucking cup that I pour every day without pressure or wearing a blindfold. Anyway, if you think playing regular football requires skill, try doing it without the fucking ability to see. It is awesome. That is an incredible game. Have you seen some of the shit that these guys can do? It's absolutely wild. It's played in electric wheelchairs on basketball courts generally, and it's 4v4, 20-minute halves. The ball can be kicked or struck with your wheelchair, and contact is allowed, and it's wild. Try patting your head and rubbing your stomach. Now do that while 4 people are trying to ram you up your ass. I mean, I probably should have phrased that better, but nonetheless, the spirit remains the same. The chair control for these guys is absurd. Players can spin 360 degrees, accelerate instantly, and stop on a dime. Almost like real-life Rocket League, or as close as you get. Even the tactical awareness has to be sharper than regular football, because you can't just turn around and run. I mean, every movement has to be calculated. I'm putting cycle ball in this category as well. I mean, someone heard the words bicycle kick and said to themselves, you know what? They can. It's played on indoor courts. It's a bit smaller than futsal with 2v2. Regular futsal rules, except you're playing football with a fucking bike, dude. It's crazy. They have to maneuver and shuck and drive all they can to dribble, pass, and defend, and I can barely balance a bike on a regular day, man, honestly. I mean, I got mad respect for wheelchair and cycle ballers. What I don't have respect for is... No, I'm kidding, it's fine. But look, I'll admit, this is the type of shit that they'll have as activities when guys my age finally reach nursing homes in, like, 40 years. Fuck, that doesn't sound like a long time, but maybe, I don't know. It's coming up, who knows? It's kind of just shit football. I mean, no running, no contact. The ball can't go above your head. And if you've got Yao Ming on your team, it might help. There's no slide tackles, smaller pitches and smaller goals. Basically, it's better for your health as a player, but way worse if you're everything else, like an enthusiast or a fan, or even someone who likes football. The trade-off is, while you can't rely on pace, you need a good touch and good passing ability. So passing patterns and player movements are much more sophisticated, because it's the only way to really create chances. And plus, you can play against granddads in their 70s and 80s, except, I mean, you can't really give them a 2-footer. You know, it's a bit ageist to me, but come on now, if you played them, you'd probably be thinking about it. Let's not lie here. Panna's the kind of sport you see in the Nike ads. It's 1v1, there's a small pitch, it's 2 to 3 minute rounds, goals at both ends, and if you meg the other guy, it's an instant win. This is perfect for those street footballers, you know, the ones that have close control, that both look like they have the ball in a string and also look like they haven't showered in a month. It's a pure techers showdown, and that's probably why you'll never see it played here in Australia. Sorry lads, but it's true. I mean, we don't really have ball. Football in the cage, the end. Freestyle isn't technically a game, but there are competitions and it's pretty wild. It's kind of a bit more like dancing than a competitive football match. You get judged on tricks, combos, and creativity, and you've got a minute to show off. And some of the things that these people do with balls is just... you gotta pay someone for that kind of action, no offense. It's breakdancing, but with a ball as a prop. It's genuinely artisan. I don't know what that word means, but it seems like it fits there. You might think I'm on some bullshit and think that this is a joke, but pro foosball players, they are madmen. I'm sure we all know foosball by now, and I should reiterate that if you spin, you fucking suck. But the ball moves so fast that some cameras can't even catch up with its pace in pro foosball. If you've never played against a pro foosballer, one, you should be so lucky, and two, you'll be equally parts frustrated, bamboozled, and you'll probably have to walk around the table with your pants down. That's a thing around the world, isn't it? It's not just like a thing that my mates and I made up, that if you don't score at all in a foosball game, you got to go around the table with your pants down. Is it just me, or if it's just me and my mates, I'm going to feel really upset about that. Then you got Subuteo. I probably butchered that, but let's call it that for now. It's a board game where players flick miniature players with their little fingies. So you got to flick your mini players around the mini field with a mini ball and try to score. You get up to 3 flicks in a row as long as you hit the ball, and if you miss it, you give up your turn. You can flick only one player, you can only flick forward, and you can only flick your players. If you're defending, you get 1 flick for every 3 attacking flicks. I've said flick so many fucking times. And this game has a goddamn World Cup. And I discovered it on Insta, and I instantly died of cringe. I mean, it looks fun, but come on, let's be honest, not that fun. The actual pictures look sick. I mean, if I was a bachelor and if I didn't want sex for the rest of my life, I'd probably have that in my home. Fuck what your parents said. It's a real sport now. eFootball is mostly people playing video games like FIFA, aka EAFC, Pro Evolution, aka eFootball. And you know what? I'm gonna count Rocket League in here too. It's gotten to a point where most professional football teams have their own dedicated esports players. Pro esports players earn a comfortable 6 figures to play a video game. And if that's not progress, then hell, all the nights that I played as Teqball Vet Honor, getting them to the final of the Champions League in FIFA 05 is for nothing. And on the plus side, VAR actually works most of the time. I mean, if you've ever played FIFA, you'd know at the very least some fuck shit's gonna happen. Gerard Piqué looked at football and he thought, you know what? Let's fuck this shit up. It's like if Seven-a-Side had more drama, more entertainment, and more rules that make little to no sense. It's a mixture of traditional rules with wild shit like golden goals. Captains can call referees over to review their own calls like in tennis. It mixes influences with former footballers. One season they even had a player named Enigma who belonged to a pro team that didn't give him permission to actually play in the league, so he played under a mask, and it was definitely Eden Hazard. Before each match, teams pick one secret weapon card that they can use once per game, and it's only between halftime and up until near the end of the match. They include the likes of a free penalty, a shootout where you can go one-on-one with a goalkeeper, a double goal for a limited amount of time, a sanction where you can force a rival player off for a few minutes. There's a star card where one of your designated players has all of these goals count as double, and a wild card giving you the option to cancel or steal an opponent's card. Yellow cards have you out of the game for 2 minutes like a sin bin, and for red cards you get sent off permanently, and for 5 minutes your team has to play without a player. Kickoff is slightly different. You've got to run to the middle and beat your rival to the ball to begin with, and teams build up. So it starts with 1v1s with keepers of course, and then it adds up each minute until we get 7v7. There are so many fucking things in this. And then around the 18th minute the crowd rolls a giant dice to determine a mini match for the last few minutes of the first half. Sometimes I've got double goals or other crazy wacky things. Oh, and no draws. Straight to pens if you're level, 2 points if you have a shootout win, 1 point for a shootout loss, and 3 for a regular time win. It's ADHD football. It's wild. Old men will hate it. It has my blessing. Anyway, gotta go. Ciao.